My name is Seth, business and spiritual consultant. How you guys doing? Yo, so this is a boring day. you know, it's a boring, very uneventful day. Um, unfortunately, you know, um, but it's gonna pick up. It's gonna pick up, man. It's gonna pick up. I'm pretty sure it's gonna pick up. I have a couple good videos that I just released. Of course, YouTube only posts the latest videos. No, they post most popular videos. So, make sure you subscribe and check from time to time if I have new videos. I upload like a bunch of videos per week. So there's always something new to listen to. There's always something, some kind of dime or knowledge released upon the world. Sorry, there's always some new knowledge released upon the world. So one thing I was talking about dimensions in my last video. I was talking about jewelry. If you're wearing jewelry in the hood and everything, well, you don't have to worry about that. Once you are, if you are indigo, you don't worry about that. But because indigo can do it naturally. But if you're not indigo and you want to wear your jewelry and you don't want to be worried about people coming to snatch your chain, you need to practice. You need to practice, and what you need to practice is dimensional shifting. You need to practice shifting your dimensions. You need to forget everything you thought was real about life. You need to forget everything. All right, you got to stop thinking the matrix. You got to take yourself out the matrix. The only way you're going to be able to fly and beat the agents and dodge bullets is by completely jacking off from the matrix, right? But you got to jack off from the matrix, and then you got to go back into the matrix, because there's people and there's grocery stores and there's clubs and there's bars and stuff like that, right? But before doing that, you have to understand how to shift your dimension. So what do I mean by shifting your dimension? You have to change your perspective, right? There's some people that always think bad of other people. There's people that always think the worst in people as soon as they see them, right? The thing is, what you need to do is that you have to stop thinking like that. Basically, you have to stop thinking everybody's bad all the time, right? It's not easy, and some people sometimes are bad, but I think you have enough discernment to figure out that maybe I shouldn't chill with this guy, chill with this person and stuff like that, right? But for the 90% of the rest of the time, we have this preconceived notion that no trust, nowhere, no time, which is something that I a little bit live by. I don't really trust people all that much, but I don't expect people to harm me right away, right off the bat. I don't see that happening. Like I don't see that happening. So that's why I shift my dimension. Like that dimension where people hurt me because I'm wearing jewels and shit like that, that doesn't exist anymore. That dimension didn't exist in 15, 10, 20 years, bro. That does not exist. Okay? But there's other dimension where people could hurt me, but not in that dimension, right? So you have to understand that most of your thought processes can create a universe, right? It can create a dimension, right? It can create a universe, or you can manifest things with your thought processes. Like if you think about negative things, you're gonna manifest negative things. If you think about positive things, you're gonna manifest positive things. But between those lines, you can enter and exit dimensions, right? Because thinking positively is just your way of navigating through life, right? But when you enter a place, when you go somewhere, you enter a different dimension. You enter a parallel universe. You enter a parallel world, right? So if you live in an urban area and you want to wear some nice clothes, but you're not used to wearing nice clothes in the urban area because you don't know if the dude is going to rob you and stuff like that, you got to stop thinking like that. Dudes are not going to rob you because you're wearing this stuff. They're not going to rob you. The only time that can happen is because you already have the preconceived notion that that's going to happen, right? But when you change perspective and you tell yourself, man, these guys don't want to rob me, they want to dress like me, right? You just shifted the dimension. You're in a completely different dimension than the dimension you was in 2 seconds ago, right? Like as soon as you tell yourself, man, if I wear this, what I'm wearing right now is gonna uplift people, right? Like my clothes right now going to seep into people's imagination, and they're gonna love it, right? As soon as they see it, they're gonna love it, and I'm not gonna have any troubles, right? So now you're shifting your dimension from, oh, when you're in the hood you get robbed, to when you're in the hood people like seeing that kind of shit, right? So that's two different dimensions. So that's why when you're walking around with your jewelry on and stuff like that, things like that don't happen, right? It's all how you perceive things. It's all how you perceive things. Now the sad part is, I thought the internet was gonna hop on board on dimensional shit, right? Because I see this brother Polite, brother Polite is back. Yo, brother Polite's back, man. Whatever, man. I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know what the fuck Signet is doing with brother Polite. But I mean, the Polite is he's a smart guy. I kind of get it, because there's not a lot of people that have the kind of knowledge that Polite has. So I kind of get it a little bit. I kind of get it, but it's still, I'm still surprised that he's chilling with Polite, bro. Like he's still chilling with Polite, bro. Like anyway, but Polite is back, saying the same old bullshit, man. Talking about Israelite and Sheshu whites and all the Hitler whites that you want. But I don't talk about shit like that. Y'all talking about religion. You guys are talking about religion. I'm talking about power. I'm talking about dimensional shift. I'm talking about manifestation. I'm talking about spirituality. I'm talking about weapons. I'm talking about like AK-47 made out of ectoplasm. I'm talking about necromancy, raising the dead, man. I'm talking about like some dark witchcraft kind of shit. You know what I mean? Like I'm talking about some Luciferian shit. So I'm not really into that whole religion kind of shit. Like I don't know. That's kind of weird. And me, I'm handing out weapons. I'm handing out mental weapons and spiritual weapons, so like that you can navigate through these airwaves when you're surrounded by all these entities and the whatnots and the whatever the fuck is going on with this targeted individual shit. Because I use a lot of weapons against these guys because there's a lot of them. You know what I mean? So I have to diversify, because I can't always. I mean, these guys are, most of the time they're not really. They're kind of brainless, so they don't have emotions. So you can't really reason with them. So you have to hit them with a ooh ah. You gotta hit them with a manifestation. You ain't got a choice. You gotta hit them with a manifestation, man. Because reasoning with these people, they're brainless. Like it's like they don't even feel. They don't feel shame. They feel fear, but they don't feel shame, bro. They don't feel. They don't understand common sense. They have no scruples. So you can't go soft-handed with these guys. So you got to take these weapons that I'm dropping right here to defend yourself, man. So when I say like you got to respect your energy, you got to energy. There's a movie with Robert Downey Jr., right, where he's inhabited by 5 ghosts. One of them's a woman, another one's a black woman, one of them's a white woman, one of them's a black woman, one of them's a regular dude, one of them's a gangster. One of them is a gangster, and it kind of correlates with who you are. You have an energy, bro. Like you have an energy, and in that energy you have an energy, and it's important to use it when you're a targeted individual, man. You gotta use your energy, man. It doesn't matter if you're a white person. Maybe you have more of a biker energy. If you have, it depends on the kind of energy you have. It depends on who you are. It depends on if you really know who you are. If you really know who you are, you know what kind of energy that you have, right? Some people, it's not about fighting. It's not about fight. Like he'll do the job for you. Like your inner Your energy is gonna do the job for you. Don't even worry about it, man. It's all mental. Cause right now, dudes, me, there's a thing going on where I'm like, somebody has a problem with me. It's not me that take care of it. It's somebody else, and that person doesn't fuck with me anymore, bro. Like I don't have to. I don't have to do things now. Like, what I mean, bro. Before I used to fight, and sometimes I do get physical, but it's because I'm impatient and I get out of my skin. They take me out of my skin, right? They take me out of myself because I'm still learning. I'm still in the process. I'm still in the apotheosis. So, but at the same time, your energy takes care of yourself. Just like entities, they all work the same way. They all work the same way. It's just like they come at you in different angles. Sometimes the targeted individual, they're proper people, and then they're gangsters, and then another time they're military people, and then another time they're cops, so you have to roll with the punches. You have to roll with the punches. You gotta be on your foot. You gotta be on your step, right? So when they switch sides, you gotta be able to switch sides too. So if they turn into a cop, you got to turn into a cop. If they turn into a military dude, you got to turn into a military dude. If they turn into a gangster, you got to turn into a gangster. But it's not really you. It's maybe your past lives, or an entity or spirit that has an affinity with you. So you have to know your numerology, and you have to know your astrology. You have to know what type of god is related to you, so you can now decipher what really, and things will come to you, like that energy will come to you, not the energy, the energy will come to you, right? So you'll know who you are. Maybe if you're white, you got like a biker thing. If you're Italian, you got a mobster aura. If you're black, you got a gangster aura. You have a gang member aura, something like that. But you have that in you, because all those things are important things in life, in society. That's how we built life. So as soon as you're a human, when you're a human, you have an ancestor, and some of these ancestors, some of these past lives, or these ancestors, they came from all walks of life. So you had a time where you was a pirate. You had a time where you were a girl. There's a time where you were a black girl. There's a time where you were a white girl. There's a time where you were a black guy. There's a time where you were a white guy. There's a time where you were a king. There's a time where you were a prince. There's a time where you were poor. There's a time where so you have to. There's a lot of people in this room, bro. There's a lot of people in this room, and you have to know that. So anyway, I would like to talk more about it, but I know you guys ain't going to listen to more than 10 to 12 minutes. So, 5 to 10 minutes. So, have a good one. My name is Seth, and I totally just embarrassed myself to my neighbor, man. Anyway, I'll tell you guys later. I messed up. Anyway, see you guys later. My name is Seth. Have a good one, and I'll see you on the next one. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like. Peace out.